Page 28, Happy Holidays. Well, let's look this over and see what we get. We have about a page and a half long or so. Well, sort of, maybe a little. Clef signs are still treble and bass clef. Now we have 4 flats in the key signature. So this is in the key of A flat major. So go ahead and do the scale for A flat major and the scale for F minor, because that also has 4 flats. These, just do what I say you in the video, at least 1 octave up and down. Learn the scales, because that will teach you which notes are in the key, which black notes to play. You don't have to worry so much about the key signature. And 4/4 time signature, we have a pickup beat. We're coming in on beat 4. If you look at the bottom of page 29, the last measure has 3 counts in it. That's the first 3 counts. I'm going to take it one hand at a time, and I'm going to connect everything for now. Right hand, you're starting here. I'm going to put you here. Now, 4 and 1, 4 and 1 and 2. If you don't like being up, I'm only up here long enough to play it, and then I'm coming out. But if you don't, we may have a problem. You can come down. So 4, and then 3. If you don't want to use the thumb up here, but otherwise just use the fingering in the book. Here, and that's really it. Okay. Second line, you're here, and then C sharps. Remember the rule for accidentals. It applies from that point on to the rest of the measures. So in that third measure, all of those C's are sharped. But in the next measure, it's not. They don't need the natural sign. It's a C natural anyway. However, it doesn't hurt having it there, because you may think maybe they made a mistake. Maybe they meant to have a C sharp. They could have. So it could have been a mistake. Who knows? Well, they put in the natural sign to be sure. It's called a courtesy sign. It's just being clear. It's good to be clear. Top of page 29, then you have the 1 chord. If you don't want to do that, you can use second finger. I don't know how big your hands are. And then a G flat. If it kind of helps to do a 3, a 2 here, because with a G flat, you just come to here. You're already there. You can use thumb on that. It's the only note you're playing. So if you want to do that, that helps do that. If you do this, you got to come down. Nothing wrong with it. You got rests. You got time. But this isn't bad. And then the half note is A, C sharp, B. You come up. Just an A major chord. And then second line, same thing. And then an F major chord at the end. And then you're back like you were at the beginning. Let's go down to the last line. We have the A flat chords. And then you have the A. You just come, all the notes come up a half step. See, they all come, this came up to here, and this came up here. And then back down, and then here, they're all black keys. Here. You are moving around a little bit. You don't have to use 1, 3, and 5 on all these. I tend to, like in the last 2 measures, I tend to use the 1, 2, 4 on here. Just so I'm not moving around so much. You get this a lot in music, this kind of thing. And I just typically use 2 and 4 on there. Use whatever your teacher tells you to use. Left hand, well, the A and E. You can use this, fine. The last measure, G flat. Then come up. The second line, now they're naturals. Okay. Page 29, you're up here. It's the same chord. It's just an A flat chord. You can do this fingering or the thumb, whichever, I don't care. Then come down. Then an A major, basically the same notes the right hand is playing, the same chord. And at the bottom, the last line, you're here, and here, and then again. And typically, a lot of times with this, I would do a 4 here, because I'm going from here to here. I'd use a 4th finger. However you finger it, you'll decide. Put the hands together, and we're here. And then here. Here. Make sure those 8th notes are by themselves. Okay. Go to the top page 29. There's the same notes in each hand. this is whatever it is. That's what it is. Okay. So I get the hands working together, and then I go back through it. I get rid of the hesitations. Slowly get rid of the hesitations. And once I can play it with no hesitations, then I think about the articulation. And here, I'm hinging at the wrist here. Short staccato. Okay, top of page 29, they're all staccatos. And second and third measure, you can connect it if you want, or disconnect it. So there's a little silence there. That's interpretation. You decide whether you connect it or not. So I go through and I add in the staccatos and slurs and stuff. And then I'll think about the dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte, is sort of loud. The left hand needs to be soft in the background. See, it's too easy when you get down in here for the left hand to drown out the right. So you got to make an effort to get that left hand out of the way. Now when you get to top of page 29, it's really both hands here. Loud, forte. Just a lot of weight. Just keep the wrist loose. Don't tense up. Second line, you're going to echo that. You're going to soft, light. And then back up like you were at the beginning. The last line, you have a crescendo. So you're going to go from moderately loud up to loud. I suggest you come down to moderately soft so you got more room to get louder. So I'm going to be moderately soft on the last line, first measure. Now a little louder, a little louder. Now I'm loud. Now the speed, well, it depends on your party, I guess. It's somewhere in the middle. Is that dragon? Is the party dragon? How fast do you want your party to go? Just keep in mind it's not fast, and everything's got to be accurate and in place, so don't go faster than accurate. Now they've added pedal in a few places. Why are we using pedal? If you're going to use pedal, understand why it's being used or just leave it out. I'm using pedal because the music said to. That, as far as I'm concerned, isn't the right answer. If you don't understand what it's doing, just leave it out. Most pedal markings in books are suggestions. There's somebody's idea of how to interpret the piece because the articulation, the dynamics, the tempo, the speed, and the pedaling and all that, that's all part of interpreting the music. They're telling you a lot about how to interpret it by giving you these instructions. But it's up to you to get into it and feel it. And if the pedaling, if you feel it different or you don't feel the pedaling at all, leave it out. Here, it's the contrast between this and this. See, we've added all this all of a sudden, and then back to. There's a lot of contrast going on here. We like contrast in music. I wish today's music could have a little more, or any at all, actually. But yeah, and basically that's all it's doing it for the effect of it, of overtones on one and then staccato on the other. And then overtones are connected and then staccato. That's basically all it's doing. Don't pedal anywhere else, just pedal like they're doing. And in this one, you can pretty much put the pedal down with the note and lift it with the note before you play the next one. So it's the top of page 29, and the first measure, no pedal. And the second measure, lift it up with the hands. Lift the pedal goes down with the hands and up with the hands in this piece. Again. That's basically the pedaling. Now at the end, the last line, they have you doing that here. pedaling the last, you can pedal the last one. You don't really have to pedal the last measure. You lose the staccatos when you pedal it, but you can pedal if you want. And then everything comes up together. Technically it doesn't, but for interpreting, we're going to raise everything up at the end together. Because that right hand should last a full 3 counts first, and that's done. But with the pedal and all, just lift it up. There. That's interpretation. We're fudging the rhythm just a little bit for the interpretation. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Feel these natural accents at the beginning. Go to here. It should feel that. Ba ba bum. They have a couple of little gotchas in there for you. Watch out. See in the last 2 measures on page 28, they gave you the natural sign in the right hand. They didn't in the left hand. Your natural first, but in the next measure, those are flatted. Because those naturals are only good for that measure. They didn't give you flat signs like they did in the right hand. They don't have to. They're still flatted. Same thing happens on page 29 in like the 4th line down. You get the same thing. Both, they go down together. Gotta watch for these things. So you go through and learn it. Get it to where you can play it at least slowly with no hesitations. Then come back to the video and let's play it together very slowly. I'll give us 3 counts. I'm not going to do louds and softs. I'll do the staccatos and slurs and I'll do the pedaling. Hopefully you're playing the same note I'm playing when I play it. Hopefully. 1, ready, and go, and. Rest. Rest. 2. Rest. Rest. Rest.